So the last time I left off a YouTube video, I was showcasing that I was having issues with the Integra to where the main relay / ignition, something was just going on and it was being straight cheeks. However, I think I fixed it. I'm not entirely too sure, but today is the day that I drive this thing because it does idle, it does no longer smoke. There's so much I gotta fill you guys on, but throw the intro and get this video pop. So from the last video you guys saw, I was trying to figure out what this issue was. All I did was drive the car and all of a sudden it just decided to shut off in the driveway, which caused me to have an issue to where I was popping ACG fuse, which is the ignition fuse, and that fuse pretty much ties in with your secondary or primary, I think secondary O2 sensor, your fuel pump, your ECU, and your vehicle speed sensor or something like that if you're still factory. I have a case swap. So I don't have the secondary O2 sensor anymore. My fuel pump is on its own relay, so that only leaves ECU and ignition. My way of treating this problem was to go on Marketplace, find a Integra part out, and pick up a fuse box. Maybe my fuse box is bad because an issue I had like maybe 3 years back, the homie Carl from Wireworks pulled up on me and we tried to figure out why my windshield wipers wasn't working. And doing some research, come to find out the back of the fuse box has a ELD, electronic load detector box, or there's basically another box that is on back of your factory fuse box. And we believe that mine went bad. So by me picking up this new fuse box, maybe I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Maybe I done fried something in my fuse box that was causing the fuse kept popping because I kept checking. I checked for any lines that were chafed or just wires touching. I could not find anything. I'm like, dude, I searched this entire car. The only thing I did was put on a turbo kit. How am I having these weird issues, bro? The only thing I did was put on a turbo kit. I got the new fuse box and I also picked up his ignition switch. I think that was a problem, but I don't know. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So I get back home, I put in the new fuse box. Now the fuse isn't popping. However, I'm getting smoke from the main relay / fuse box area. I'm like, whoa, that hasn't happened before, which means, I don't know what that means, to be honest. I have no idea what the hell that means. All I know is what the hell is going on? Cause like, what the heck? And I put in his new ignition with the fuse box. Randy ended up pulling up on me. We start diagnosing things. We're seeing that burnt wire I was smelling. Yeah, my main relay harness was melting together. The power wire off the harness that plugs into the back of the fuse box, which then plugs into the main relay. So that harness that goes from the main relay to the fuse box that's integrated with the chassis harness, that power wire was frying itself. And that means that it was something that was shorting out, blah, 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 whatever. I end up, since it wasn't popping the fuse, I kept the fuse box in there, but I removed the ignition harness that I received from the guy, and I put my old ignition harness in because it was in way better shape. I ended up peeling back some of the loom that was on the ignition harness that I picked up from the guy, and there was a butt connector on the power wire. So I'm like, weird. And I also forgot to mention, I also picked up his main relay. So I picked up his main relay off his Integra that was being parted out, along with, I cut off some of the harness. So like I cut the main relay harness pigtail and a few extra inches of wire in case I have to but splice and dice mine and put his in. Pause. I say all that to say, I don't know what the issue was, but it's fixed. For now, I think. New relay, old ignition. Look what I found on the ignition I got from the guy. A power wire. So I don't know how shit that is, but no smoke. I just wired in, not wired, I just put in his relay and put my old ignition system back. I let the car idle. There's no smoking. I turned the ignition on to 2, no fuse popping, no weird smoke smell, any of that. Everything seems copacetic and Gucci taters. So right now I'm letting my computer charge because now that I have an open downpipe, my AFRs are all over the place. So I'm gonna let that charge up for like another 45 minutes. And then once Brian says he's ready for me to pull up, I'm gonna pull up on Brian, and then we're going to get this dump tube done, and then hope maybe even today get the exhaust kind of figured out. But I don't know how, because I don't have any 3-inch plumbing. I was gonna say, yeah, I thought I was gonna say the P word. That rhymes with type. No, you freaky bastard. Oh yeah, I think the issue's fixed. I won't know until I at least drive across or in my neighborhood. If the car doesn't shut off, or doesn't shut off when I just reverse out of the driveway, I think we're good. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, we are cooked. Yep, we are absolutely cooked, chat. GG.
So, yeah, yesterday, or the last clip, didn't go as planned because, well, yeah, the issue isn't fixed, and I actually discovered that I didn't fix anything. Let me show you guys the downfall of Crustina, because right now, brother, there's a lot going on. So let's start with the interior side of things. As you notice, I have no steering wheel. Hell, I don't even have a steering column, fam. And you also notice I have a bunch of wiring. I have a bunch of wires on the ground, and that's for great measure. I had to remove my wiring harness. This is the cabin harness. This right here is your main harness, aside from like fuel pump wiring, but this harness has been with me since I've gotten this car. Hell, this harness has been in the car since the car was manufactured back in '96. And this a 97 playboy. This a 97 playboy. But anyway, the issue is, right, you see all this wire, this was all loomed up, so don't think that like, oh, no wonder your shit almost caught fire, Zosh. Look at your wiring harness, brother. No, this all used to be loomed up. I just cut all this stuff out. This right here is my main relay harness, right? So this goes right into the main relay, and there's a power wire. This yellow and black wire is a power wire. And no, here it is right here. I had to splice it into something else, but this wire right here, this yellow and black wire ended up melting with other wires. It got so hot that anything around it was melted. As you guys can probably see, that's melted together. It melted with a blue wire, a green wire, all types of wires. So whatever issue I was having, which if you're having that type of issue, it could be progressive overload on the system of electrical work, as in like you have too much power or something shorting out and it's just getting hot. And bro, a lot of wiring stuff that I think I know what I'm talking about, but I never do. I just low-key sometimes be sounding smart. So take whatever I'm saying to you with a grain of salt. But something was getting hot. I don't know what I did. All I did was install this turbo kit, bro. That's all I did. Now I have to install a whole new engine harness. Well, main cabin harness, if you could even find that. Now, since I have it out, I think what I really truly want to do is do a motorsport graded chassis harness, right? So if I get a new stock harness, I have to cut out the ABS wires. I have to cut out, I think just ABS wires, headlight harness stuff, because I do have a Wireworks tucked headlight harness. Now I'm thinking, since my factory harness is now cut, I had Carl and Xavier over at Wireworks do special like clips and all that stuff to wire in that harness. So now that this harness is out, my headlights aren't going to work because I don't have that anymore. I don't know, bro. This whole thing is like cooked, bro. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do as far as like if I do get a stock engine harness, well, main cabin harness, do I go that route, or do I just somehow find $2,000 and go with a chassis / PDM harness setup? $2,000, bro. $2,000. All I wanted to do was experience boost again, but low power this time, so I can actually enjoy the car. And now I'm having this weird issue where I can't do anything. So as far as the Integra, bro, I think I'm cooked because oh my God, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know, bro. It's just one of those things of like, okay, what do we do from here? Do we go with a stock harness and do what we did to my previous harness and run the risk of whatever burned up happening again? Or we have the Integra sit for maybe a month or two, depending on how my affiliate marketing checks look like, and just fork out the 2 bands on a PDM harness. Oh, this is no bueno. I mean, obviously, the obvious answer is to go with the PDM harness because, I mean, I'm already here. It's already out. I can make it look all nice and neat instead of putting something factory back that I don't truly really need. But I don't know what I'd do about my cluster harness. Like, there's so much that goes into it that I don't even know. Like, okay, my aim dash is powered up by my Honda. I just won't have turn signals on the dash itself because that wires into my cluster harness. If I get rid of my cluster harness, then I won't have turn signals. I'd have to wire that on a specific module that comes with the chassis / PDM harness. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. If you was in my shoes, what would you do? I'm probably gonna have to take whatever you would do into consideration here, because I have no idea what I could do. I don't even want to try to fix this harness because I genuinely don't know what's really all wrong with it, and I don't want to do all the extra stuff to try to fix it if I can just get a new one. But getting the new one is the issue because I don't know which harness do I go with, PDM or another factory OEM, and cut it up. And see, that don't even make sense me saying it. Oh my God, I'm fucked. I know this video was on the short side of things, but this is an update that I didn't want to make, but it has to be done, right? So yeah, to maybe answer a few of the questions that you guys may have asked already, was like, yo, did you check this? Did you check that? Yes. Whatever you can think of, yes. Trust me, I've had this Integra for 10 years. I've pretty much experienced every dumb problem you can. But this problem right here was the first time I've ever experienced anything like this. I never touched any of the wiring in the last, I don't even know how long it's been. And yet I install a kit, reverse out the garage, and then boom, car just shuts off, pop fuses, pop fuses, pop fuses, pop fuses, pop fuses. No idea. Checked all my grounds, everything is fine. I even used a multimeter to find stuff, and I don't know. I have no idea what the issue was. So could have just been something that happened previously, and then honestly, I don't know. I can't tell you. But yeah. So my only dilemma now is getting a chassis harness. I would like to keep the OEM stuff because I get to keep my door locks. I could just make it really, I don't see that. So annoying. But I guess we'll figure it out, right? That's what we do. That's what we do here, baby. We figure it out, man. We figure it out. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Probably didn't. I know damn well I didn't. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go take like 600 milligrams of pre-workout and bench press the Integra. I'll be sure to catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm out. Peace.